हे एवरीवन, सो आज हम लोग देखने वाले हैं हेल्स पैराडाइज एपिसोड 5 जिसका नाम है द समुराई एंड द वुमेन। तो अभी तक हमने इसके 4 ही एपिसोड देखे, तो हो सकता है आप लोग भूल भी गए हो या आप लोगों ने हमसे आगे देख लिया हो क्योंकि इसके और भी एपिसोड आ चुके हैं।
13 एपिसोड आ चुके हैं भाई इसके।
बाकी इससे पहले वाला जो था हेल्स एंड पैराडाइज वाला, तो मैं थोड़ा सा आपको उसका बता देती हूँ। ये लोग जहाँ पे भी गए हैं उस जगह पे जितने भी मतलब लाइक फ्लावर्स हैं और जितने भी बर्ड्स वगैरह आ रहे हैं, वो बर्ड्स जो है इन पे अटैक कर रहे हैं।
बर्ड्स नहीं है, बग्स हैं और डीमंस हैं।
हाँ, जो भी डीमंस
ऐसा समझ लो। और वो मतलब खतरनाक चीज है।
हाँ, वो खतरनाक चीज है। ये लोग वहाँ जाते हैं, कुछ लोग तो वापसी आ नहीं पाते थे और जो लोग वहाँ पहुँच गए ना, उनके अगेंस्ट भी लोग वहाँ पे हैं। तो आपस में ये लोग फाइट करे, तो इन्होंने ये डिस्कस किया कि कहीं ऐसा ना हो हम लोग हार जाएं, तो इन्होंने अपने अपने टीम्स बना ली।
क्योंकि तुम लोगों ने देखा होगा कि इन लोगों के साथ एक बंदा और है जो कि इनके मेन जहाँ से इन लोगों को भेजा गया था, उन लोगों ने भेजा था इन लोगों को देखने के लिए कि ये कुछ गलत ना करे और जिस काम के लिए गए वही काम करे। तो अब उनको पता लग गया है कि उनका जीना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है। oh, shit! सब कुछ सही हो जाए, बट नहीं हो रही। गावी मारू नहीं मान रहा। एक लड़की होगी, बड़ी उंगली कर रही थी भाई उसको, 3-4 बार उसने उसका हाथ मोड़ा है। पिछले वाले एपिसोड में देखो जाके, मजा आ जाएगा तुम्हें।
बाकी शिनोबी ने भी पिछले वाले में काफी डीमंस को मारा है उसने।
मतलब पिछले वाले एपिसोड में उसकी एक फॉर्म दिखाई गई बहुत तगड़ी, मजा ही आ गया। और साथ में बताता हूँ, एक नए बंदे की इसमें स्टोरी शुरू हुई है और एक अच्छा है एक बुरा है। उनकी दोनों की बैकग्राउंड स्टोरी को थोड़ा थोड़ा इलेबोरेट किया गया है।
अच्छा बुरा ये है कि 2 बंदे हैं, दोनों भाई हैं।
हाँ,
लेकिन वो दोनों एक दूसरे के अपोजिट में हैं।
जो एक बंदा है उसका नाम मुझे पता नहीं क्या है, वो थोड़ा मार काट में ज्यादा है और जो उसका अपोजिट भाई है ना, वो उनकी तरफ से आया हुआ है उस पर निगरानी रखने के लिए। बट उन दोनों को भी अब साथ में काम करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि यहाँ के जो मॉन्स्टर जीमंस वीमंस दिखा रहे हैं ना, वो अलग ही लेवल की चीजें खतरनाक सी है भाई। हाय बाकी आप इस एपिसोड को देखते हैं।
कहीं भी कुछ भी करेक्ट करना होता है तो गाइस आप कमेंट में करेक्ट कर दीजिए।
बिल्कुल यार,
देखो हम लोग भी बिल्कुल नया देख रहे हैं, हम लोग नहीं देखते आए हैं।
एक बारी में आता है समझ में, लेकिन थोड़ा कम समझ में आता है भाई।
अबे साले,
तो थोड़ा डिफिकल्टी होती है। एक चीज को अगर हम एक से दूसरी बार देखेंगे वो ज्यादा क्लियर होता है, बट हम 2 बार नहीं देख सकते ना, क्योंकि हमें रिएक्शन भी देना है। तो वो रिएक्शन नहीं आएंगे, फिर तुम लोग कहोगे फेक रिएक्शन दे रहे हैं।
इमोशनल डैम इट।
चलो कोई नहीं, ज्यादा पंचायत नहीं करेंगे, सिंपल सीधी सी बात, वीडियो को करते हैं चालू।
Father, why are you looking at me with that face? Father!
अच्छा, इसकी कहानी थी। हाँ, इसकी भी तो कहानी चल रही है भाई।
That's good.
Kenji Dono, what happened to me?
We're inside a cavern. I don't sense any monsters or insects here. You were poisoned by the butterfly scales, and it caused you to lose consciousness.
अच्छा, और इसको कुछ नहीं हुआ।
You're too weak to be on your feet yet.
There's no choice. I can't let him out of my sight.
Hey, guess you're up.
वो तो यहीं पर ही है भाई, वो सारे यहीं है भाई। वो रही लड़की देखो,
वो सॉरी के ऊपर
सब यहीं है भाई।
What are you doing?
Huh? I'm making dinner.
And I'm repairing our torn garments.
And I'm supervising.
You were worried about us running out of time.
Yeah, well, it's not such a big deal now.
Now that we're not facing immediate danger, I believe this would be a good time for us to relay the information we've gathered. We can discuss everything while we're enjoying our dinner.
Count me in. What? Kikatsugan?
ये क्या बना है?
This is the sorriest
छी भाई।
excuse for dinner I've ever seen.
Kikatsugan?
I made them with whatever I could find. I think I
सही
did a
बात है। और
decent
क्या
job.
मिलेगा यहाँ पे भाई?
And of course, I scouted around the island while I was out getting the ingredients.
जो मिल सकता है भाई उसने
Short
बना दिया।
version is, I didn't find anything promising in the area. And again, I didn't scour the entire island, so who can say?
Let's say you did find it. The elixir of life, I mean. How would you know? Have you seen it or what?
वही तो, कैसे पता चलेगा एलिक्सर ऑफ लाइफ क्या है?
No, I never heard of the elixir until I took this job. I'm just going by the drawing I got. While I was scavenging, I learned a bit about the plant life. It's a mixed bag of species, but it's mostly normal things you could find on the mainland. A few of the plants were unfamiliar, though.
Maybe they came from Ryukyu. We're not too far from there.
अब खाने लगी।
Wow. Fascinating stuff.
I noticed something. Some of them are the same as the ones growing out of that samurai.
Does that mean
What happened to the people they sent here before? If most of the plants on this island used to be human beings, I think it's obvious.
You mean you're feeding us people?
I didn't use them in the food. Anyway, none of the plants looked like this weird mandarin.
सड़िया लई.
Well then, we shouldn't be too fixated on the picture they gave us. They're using the terms paradise and Tokijiku no Kagunomi, but those concepts are taken from two different cultures. The stone statues on the island resemble either Buddhist or Taoist designs, but worrying about the religious consistency is pointless. What intrigues me most are the statues themselves. Does this place have the technology to make them from clay or stone?
6 हाथ भाई.
If so, then who made them? And do those people
सही बात
reside
है.
on the island today?
भाई तो कोई तो बनाया है इसको.
How could someone make a home here? With all these wild creatures, it would be much too dangerous. And we still don't know exactly what they are. When I cut them, I thought I felt flesh and bones. But as for organs and,
The genitalia?
yes, that. I didn't see anything.
You mean they don't have dicks?
Their appearance
इसको
is
डिक्स की
strange.
बड़ी है बस.
They're like parts of assorted animals stacked on top of humanoid forms. I'm not sure how to describe it.
Nor do I. I also noticed the monsters wear poorly crafted adornments. They're religious in nature, but the
अपने-अपने
details
बता रहे
aren't
हैं.
exactly accurate. Which is why I think they're like malformed gods. They are, much like the island itself, terrifying, but decidedly absurd. Too removed from reality to be natural, yet too artificial to be true incarnations of the divine. It's as though we've been thrown into some sort of half-formed mandala.
हैं?
Something so nonsensical that it's beyond our understanding.
They're creatures that can survive with no organs. That kind of sounds like immortality. And that means the elixir might actually be here somewhere. If it's here, it can be found. And if we find it, we can be pardoned.
कह तो सही रहा है बाकी पता नहीं
The
भाई.
afterlife and all of us are dead. That kind of defeats the purpose of the elixir, huh?
Possible, but I sincerely hope that's not it. Gabimaru-san is correct, though. Our first mission should be to try to understand the monster's ecology. We must determine where and how these creatures live. It'll be a dangerous task, but it's the only lead we've got, so we have to.
ये पांचों इकट्ठे हो गए मुझे लग रहा है.
Sunset.
वन गेम की टीम लग रहा है.
I've been here for a full day.
अब कौन आ गया?
Genji Dono?
Listen to me. You need to take a boat back to the mainland.
But why?
My assigned criminal is dead, so I will assume your responsibilities here. You're a daughter of the Yamadas first and a samurai second, so it's your duty to marry the next head of the clan. The shogunate will have no objections to me taking over for you. In your current state, you'll die. Go home while you can, Sagiri.
जाएगी नहीं बट ये.
I have to complete the job.
हाँ नहीं जाएगी
Just
भाई.
run away.
Your intentions are noble, but be realistic. Do you have the strength to kill Gabimaru as you are now? And your katana. I assume you picked that up somewhere.
क्या
along
पूछ
the
लिया
way,
उसने
yes?
भाई वाह.
A sword is a warrior's heart, meaning you've already lost the thing that makes you one of the Yamada clan. Then again, I suppose that can happen on the battlefield. A warrior may dispose of his blade and procure a new one on the spot. I don't deny that you're very talented with the sword, but that's as a blade tester and executioner. It's impossible to succeed in this undertaking without exceptional combat ability, which you are lacking. Mastery of the blade and mastery in the art of war simply are not the same. This island demands a
उसका दिल
strength
टूट
you do
गया होगा भाई
not
का.
possess. Because you are a woman.
बताओ.
Are you sure it would be that easy to leave if she chose to?
Senta,
After all, most of the samurai they dispatched to the island so far haven't returned. Even with a boat, I'm not confident that it could be done.
We need to get away from the coast. It's hard to see through this fog. But a true warrior keeps moving forward no matter how bad things get.
वही तो निकलने की कोशिश तो और लोगों ने भी करा होगा.
What was that?
Just watch where the currents go, because if you rely on brute force, you'll end up exhausting yourself without getting anything done. Samurai are obsessed with stuff that doesn't exist. They don't know how to be smart.
The currents, huh? That's so helpful! Is that some kind of secret Sanka tribe wisdom or what?
My grandfather taught me. He always told me about how efficiency was important. But you know, even if we do find a way to get off the island, I'll still end up dead if I don't bring that elixir.
Don't worry. I'm gonna go talk to the Shogunate for you. I'm sure they can work something out. It's okay, Nurugai-kun. I'll get you back home safe and sound. I promise. Out of all the criminals they sent to this island, you're the one who deserves to live more than anyone. Check it out! How lucky is that? This ship is huge! Must belong to the Shogunate! Think we just found our way home!
ये मरने वाले हैं भाई.
पलट गई क्या शिप?
Is that one ours too? Not sure. Wait. I think these are all of the ships that tried to leave the island.
हाँ.
ओह.
भाई ऐसी देख के तो मजा ही आ गया. अब ये भी नहीं निकल पाएंगे. ये निकलने वाले जिन्होंने कोशिश करी उनकी बोटें हैं
ये लोग निकलने नहीं देते.
Stop! Don't be an idiot!
Huh?
Oh my God! नहीं.
आप पानी में क्या ही कर लोगे
A
तुम.
lot of creatures get aggressive when they see something shiny like a sword. We should have turned around before we got this far out.
It's not my fault. How am I supposed to know all this complicated stuff?
वो तो बहुत बड़े हैं भाई यार.
कितने सारे हैं.
Try to find a vessel that's still seaworthy.
Run, Nurugai! If you die, the Sanka bloodline will die with you.
We don't believe in things that don't exist. But I can't help but wonder, is this divine punishment? Hey, if you guys are lost, I can take you to the foot of the mountain.
Are you an Emishi? Then lead me to your village so that I can rest.
What does Emishi mean?
It's a word for one who doesn't obey. Those who refuse to submit to the Shogunate and live as separate tribes in the mountains.
अच्छा.
Tokugawa-sama considers them to be traitors. Take him away. We'll kill him once he tells us where the other villagers are. We'll purge the Sanka from this region.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Grandpa.
ये तो बहुत गलत हो गया भाई.
Because I led the samurai here.
उनको बता दिया पूरे विलेज वालों को मार दिया भाई यार. ये तो बहुत गलत हो गया इसके
I'm one
साथ.
of the Asaimon. I'm employed by the government. I don't understand why an innocent boy should be killed. If there's a chance for you to live, then you should take it.
What am I supposed to do now?
अच्छा.
Should I live and carry on the village's bloodline? Or should I die to pay the price for their deaths?
बच्चे, औरत, बूढ़े, जवान सबको मार दिया भाई. और ये आखिरी बची है उसके क्लैन की भाई.
ये देखो.
And I couldn't. Everything ends.
No, Kisho-san.
ये अभी भी जिंदा है भाई फूलों के साथ.
Kenza, please tell me you remember me.
Stop! It's too late for him now. We should go.
ओह.
वो इतना सा कैसे लड़ लेंगे ये?
इसको सब वही चीजें याद आ रही हैं.
Hey, what's the matter with you, Nurugai-kun?
If you're running, go ahead and escape by yourself. Just leave me here. Okay?
Hold on.
इसका
Do you
वो
seriously
hope
want me to
टूट
get
गया
away
भाई.
without you?
होप टूट गया भाई इसका.
Before this, I was already wondering whether I should live or die. But I finally understand now. This is my divine punishment. It's what I deserve for getting grandfather and the others killed.
क्या पंचायत.
It still
बचा
doesn't
लिया
make any
उसने.
sense to me. Why does that mean that you should die? Samurai are stupid, remember? So break it down for me.
It's the Sanka's covenant to live for the sake of the mountain and the villagers. And yet I was the only survivor that day. All of my
अबे इसका मॉरल टूट गया यार. बच जाएंगे ये लोग लेकिन इनका मॉरल टूट रहा है
I
यार.
told you I'm stupid, so don't use fancy words like covenant or I can't follow anything you say.
I just mean that.
ओए,
ओह नहीं.
पकड़ लिया उसको.
बच्ची तो ही बचा लिया.
Hey, I told you to forget me.
Until you explain your answer to me. And until I can understand it, I'm not leaving you here.
ओए
वाह बहुत बढ़िया
भाई साहब अब इसको कुछ करना तो पड़ेगा भाई
Though, so you'd better make it quick. Spit it out, kid. I'm not asking about your grandpa or your village. All I'm asking is whether or not you want to die.
वही तो
पागल मर गए अब तू तो
I want
देख
to
ले
go home again. So no, I don't want to die.
And there's only one course of action. Do whatever it takes to live! That boat still looks usable. So let's bust through these things and get aboard!
Right!
पता नहीं निकले होंगे कि नहीं यार
ये दोनों ही हैं जो टाइटल का नाम है द समुराई एंड द वुमेन तो इन दोनों की ही स्टोरी चल रही है
अब बस तो गए भाई ये लोग हिम्मत है भाई यार
You're strong, Nurugai-kun. Thanks for your help.
I could say the same.
We escaped the monsters for now.
क्या पता अभी भी ना निकल पाए हो ये
Right
लोग
back on the beach.
अब यहाँ के मॉन्स्टर्स आ जाएं
I'd be willing to bet that all the currents in this area probably flow toward the island. Unless we find one that leads away from it, we won't be able to go back with the elixir. And these monsters, they're different from the ones we saw on the island.
It looks like that mountain of abandoned ships goes all the way around. There's too many to just be from the past few years. Anyway, we can think about it after we wash off all the blood and guts. That one samurai who bloomed, he made it back. Which means there has to be some way out of here.
Yeah, good point.
Hey, wait. Nurugai-kun, don't take this the wrong way, but your figure is kind of, girlish, you might say.
Girlish? I am a girl.
Really? How? Seriously?
Why are you freaking out?
Look, if you're a girl, then face the other way!
You samurai sure love to focus on dumb stuff that doesn't matter.
उसको लग रहा था वो लड़का है
Lot more than you think! Just turn around, alright?
You're so chivalrous! I'm in love with you! Once we're back home, we should get married!
I'm sorry. I can't do it. This island's overloading my puny brain. I'm stupid, as you know. Anyway, let's move on. We need to make a game plan. First things first. We should circle the entire island and try to find a current leading out to the sea.
Yeah, we shouldn't do anything till we know how to leave.
Besides, we'll be no match for those monsters if it's only the two of us. We'll need some allies for the return trip.
वाह ये चाहने के लिए इनको भी कुछ चाहिए होगा ऐसे ये भी नहीं जा पाएंगे भाई
This expedition is far too dangerous for a mere woman.
देखो चेन वेन पहन के रखता है बंदा
A part of me does agree with Genji-san. His reasoning aside, it would be wise to go home if you have a chance. Then again, the other part of me wants you to be here in case Gabimaru-san gets out of control and needs to be stopped.
हाँ सही बात है इससे ही रुकेगा और नहीं तो रुकेगा
It's
नहीं वो
just a hunch, but something's different about Gabimaru-san now compared to when I first saw him on the beach.
हाँ वो इसी की वजह से हुआ है
As to save your life.
हाँ
Though that could have been because he knows he has to return with his partner alive. Do you have any idea what might have inspired this change in him?
अच्छा ये दोनों आपस के पार्टनर
Stay
हैं
back.
All told, I must admit that I would feel much better if you stayed here. But it's up to you.
नहीं जाएगी यार ये नहीं
वो
जाएगी
वैसे भी नहीं जाने वाली
कोई निगरानी रख रहा होगा हाँ ये रख रहा है ना क्योंकि ऐसे सारे अच्छा ये आ
Just
गए ना
gonna stay up all night watching me? Because I don't plan on sleeping.
I'm taking turns with the other guards.
Makes sense. Otherwise, none of you guys would get to sleep. The Shogunate didn't think this through at all, did they?
Samurai obey without question.
हाँ
Listen,
You first.
I was just wondering if you felt better yet.
What?
What's with the funny look?
I mean, I'm surprised.
Well, because if I hadn't given you that wound, I don't think the poison would have worked as quickly. So I thought maybe
But I thought you were worried about us running out of time.
yeah, well, it's not such a big deal now. And I owe you a favor. I've been thinking more clearly now that you're around. I know that rushing in randomly is dangerous. and if the Iwagakure are coming, then I should prepare a counterattack. I've decided to live on.
ये सुधर रहा है भाई.
And we'll survive long after this job is over with. I won't run from the ones who get in my way. I'll face them head on.
हाँ.
You're very strong.
अब कुछ वो बोलेगी नहीं.
I am though. That's for sure.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. I'm never wrong when it comes to this kind of stuff, believe me. I don't know if it's your heart or your technique, or maybe it's just who you are. At the very least, you were really strong back at the prison, and I didn't just think that. It was almost like I felt it somehow. I wonder where that feeling came from.
अब वो कुछ बोलेगी नहीं भाई, इसका बोलने के लिए बचा ही नहीं कुछ अब.
Well, I am.
There was a saying back in my village. You'll never know how strong you are until you've had some life experience, right?
अब कुछ बोलेगी नहीं भाई.
Understand themselves nearly as well as they think they do. Not until they're forced to take action. We're all like that.
कुछ एक्शन दिखाओ.
Up to attack us for the entire night. I suppose the monsters are only active in the daytime. Now then, Saki, if you're prepared,
रात में कोई भी नहीं
I'll
आया.
escort you to the ship.
I appreciate your consideration, but I won't be leaving the island.
सही बात है.
If you're worried about punishment, you shouldn't be.
No, it's nothing like that. This concerns the way I choose to live.
What are you speaking of? Since you're a young woman, you should return home safely and bear children for the Yamada clan.
I know. I've heard that my whole life. A woman who wields a sword is met with astonishment and ridicule. You ought to know your place, they'd say. The worst part were the looks of disappointment from my own father.
A woman can't take over the Yamada clan. No reason to push yourself, dear. It's better to live a woman's life.
If I live as a daughter of Neck Chopper Asa, then outsiders hate me. But if I live as a Yamada clan warrior, my family hates me. So if I leave the island now, it'll follow me.
वैसे भी कोई फायदा नहीं जिंदगी का.
I still don't see any problem. It's natural for a woman to fulfill the duties she was made to have.
I'm sorry, but I can't stand to be looked at in that way.
हाँ, ये नहीं जाएगी भाई, मैं बता रहा हूँ.
Not just as a woman. I want to be seen as a samurai.
Silence!
Please, forgive me for defying my senior, but I need to live the way I see fit. I know I'm weak, and that I'm lacking in experience, but still.
I won't run from the ones who get in my way.
At least, my choices will be mine, and no one else's. I believe regardless of gender, and regardless of status, that all people have that same desire deep in their hearts. I hope you can understand.
ये क्लैन का बड़ा रैंक का बंदा होगा शायद.
Now you're being ridiculous. That isn't the way a samurai lives his life. This island is a battlefield. It's no place for women and children! Oh. What?
Wow.
What the fuck?
During a battle, one may need to procure a weapon. You taught me that lesson last night.
Woman! A warrior sword is his very soul! How dare you steal it?
What?
Genji Dono.
What? What?
भाई एकदम एंड में क्या हो गया? ये कौन आ गया? उसने उसको मार दिया?
बुरा लगता है भाई, आप लोग भी जानते हो यार.
भाई उसके यहाँ से खत्म, मतलब देखो आधा शरीर यहाँ से उसको गायब हो चुका है, तो वो बचने वाला तो अब है नहीं.
मुझे लगता है अब ये उससे लड़ेगी तब इसकी पावर का समझ में आएगा लोगों को.
सही पकड़े हैं.
तो मैं पहले बोल दिया था ये जाएगी नहीं है. गाबी मारू के चक्कर में रुकी हुई है, और गाबी मारू में भी बहुत बदलाव आ गए हैं. अभी ओनली 5 एपिसोड में ही, उसमें शुरुआत से लेकर एंड तक में हमने देखा कि कितने बदलाव आ गए, वो क्या था और क्या हो गया.
बेकार है भैया, मैं तो टूट गया
भाई साहब. और ये अगले वाला एपिसोड तो और तगड़ा भाई, मजा ही आ जाएगा अब तो.
मतलब पॉइंट दिखाया और एंड कर दिया.
वाह, ये क्या बात है बताओ.
हमारे यहाँ ऐसा ही होता है.
अगर वीडियो अच्छी लगी है तो लाइक कर देना, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लेना, बेल आइकन को प्रेस कर लेना. इंस्टाग्राम का लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा, वहां जाके भी आप हमें फॉलो कर सकते हैं. तो फिर मिलते हैं एक और ऐसी नई वीडियो के साथ. तब तक के लिए पीस आउट.